Hello there and a very, very good evening. My name's Sean and you are watching my favourite show of the week. It is, of course, the Planet Cruise TV show. We've been bringing this show, I think it's about 8 years now on Ideal World, and every Tuesday we feature some of the hottest deals in the cruise industry. Many of them are exclusive with Planet Cruise. We've got massive savings tonight. We've actually got 6 cruises and a river cruise for you as well. And I'm joined by our fabulous Justin Hazel is with me. See, I'm being nice. I'm being nice.
I thought there was going to be a fanfare then.
Hey, well, you know, I was hoping, but nice to see you, mate.
Yeah, great to be back as well. It seems we have 2 weeks where we don't see each other and I don't talk about cruising. I come back and I'm just itching to talk about these cruises.
What a great show we've got as well.
Yeah, it really is.
And for those of you that don't know Justin, by the way, you actually worked on the cruise ships for many years, didn't you?
Well, as you can see, yes.
You partied a lot, didn't you?
I had a hard life, yes, making sure everybody else is enjoying themselves. No, I spent 6 years with P&O Cruises, so all the ports that we're going to be talking about today, or the majority of the ports that we're going to be talking about, I've been there, done that and bought the T-shirt. The great thing is, as well, is having that wealth of knowledge of what on-board life is like, because there's so many people that try cruising for the first time and they catch the bug. It's just one of those things you just got to go back again and again and again. I've
got to say, I'm absolutely hooked. I think I've done 22 cruises now, and they are really, really good. They're seriously good. And we have got some exclusive offers tonight. Just a bit about Planet Cruise as well. You know, if you've never... Because I know there's a choice of agencies out there, but Planet Cruise, they're the biggest independent, aren't they?
You know, it's interesting you just mentioned about agency. You have your usual travel agents that are on the high street, but Planet Cruise, albeit only around for 10 years now, but market leading, their top agent when it comes to a lot of the cruise lines. And again, it's not just me that's worked on board the cruise ships. The majority of all of the staff at Planet have either worked on cruise ships or within the travel industry. And, well, we're bringing, effectively, cruises to your living room. So all of the ships that we're going to be going through and all the destinations, we're bringing it to life instead of it just being in a brochure. And, again, sometimes you want to personalise things. You know, you want to have an extra stay. Where possible, we can always do that for you.
Yeah, change things like flights and things like that. Whenever possible, we can do it. Anyway, one thing's for sure, we never have enough time, so we're going to start off, we're going to, get cracking, with MSC. This is on board the Splendida, and actually it's a very rare opportunity to cruise with MSC straight out of Southampton as well.
Yeah, and do you know, it really excites me. I love this particular cruise line, and this itinerary is just a classic. I'd go to say that if you've never cruised before and you've just been flicking through the channels, you're going, what's this cruising about? This is the one, as a first-time cruiser, that you need to book, because the ships are just fantastic. Of course, all of the ships we're going to be featuring tonight, look at the modern luxury and the facilities that you've got in there, in the atriums, on the open deck spaces. You've got pools, you've got fantastic facilities, come rain or come shine. And the great thing is, every day you're getting up in a different port. With MSC, you've actually got a 4D cinema, things like F1 simulators as well, and food-wise, they really do push the boat out, excuse the pun, with the ice cream parlours and with the Mediterranean flavour. There's a fantastic range of different cuisines that are available. You can just see there, it's just unbelievable.
Now, what is so lovely, I mean, you're probably looking at the price right now and thinking that's going to be for an inside cabin. It's actually for a balcony tonight as well. You'll even get free port parking. The lead deck there, the 21st of September. And it's just instead a great maybe first cruise, or maybe a great first cruise with MSC, and it is an exclusive.
Look at that room.
Right now with Planet Cruise. There's our room there with a balcony.
It's just fantastic, you know, to
really
see
nice,
that.
Aren't they?
And this is costing you, this whole package now, from £83 per person per night. Now, that is just phenomenal. Phenomenal to think where you're actually going.
Well, we're starting from Southampton. That's dead easy, by the way. So it means you can take as much luggage as you like. It means that your cruise starts straight away.
And when we were saying about you can make things bespoke, if you are travelling from another part of the country, perhaps I know we've got a big fan base up in the north, you can add on another night at the Marriott in Southampton. Yes. Again, for just £89 per person per night, you get overnight in the Marriott, and you get your airport parking, your port parking, and your transfers as well. So great value got there. Anyway, it's just a short little cruise across to Bruges. I didn't intend that to rhyme, but it just did. This is where if you love chocolate, if you love canals, this is the perfect place to go. Just look at how pretty this is. You've got to go on one of the canal barges, and you think you're going to hit your head. You think, we're never going to get under that bridge, and you do. It's so pretty, and all of the sort of delicatessens, it's all specialising in chocolate, obviously, with its links, and Belgian beer is really good here as well.
Oh, really?
Funny that.
Yeah.
No,
what a
there
surprise,
are
Justin.
an amazing amount of
There's big
breweries.
choice, isn't there?
Yeah, so you can go off on tours to some of the breweries. I just recommend just going and trying all of the chocolate, not all at once, but just bring some back.
Then we're making our way over to Amsterdam. We're actually overnight on board here as well.
Yeah, and again, this is great. We have an overnight. I always say about ports, they are completely different at night, and Amsterdam's the perfect example of this. Of course, you can go to see some of the windmills, you can go to see the tulips. I'll just walk around town. I mean, you've got plenty to do when it comes to museums. You've got Anne Frank, you've got Rembrandt, and of course, in the evening, it comes alive. There's a really, really big cafe culture as well. So if you fancy having a coffee in one of the shops, you could do, or go do a little bit of window shopping. It is one of those things that very much at night, it does change character, but I'm sure you'll be able to find something to suit everybody. I've had a great night out in Amsterdam.
And then over to Hamburg next, isn't it?
Do you know what? Hamburg holds a special place in my heart because this is where I proposed to my future ex-wife. And I'm only joking. I'm only joking. I know. But no, it is great. In fact, here's a shot of the town hall. I just love the patina that you've got from the roof there. This is where they usually have all the Christmas markets, but in the summer they'll have all of the local artisans coming out. There's some fantastic churches to go in as well. And again, with Hamburg, there's a big bar culture. You can go down to the Reeperbahn, which is a little bit different from your average high street. So if you do want to see that side of it, and also there is a large port area. This is where a lot of the ships go into dry dock. The last time I was actually in Hamburg, I was looking across and there was Oceana.
Really?
So yeah, you can get a little cruise on one of the sort of like little harbour boats. So it's fantastic. Then we got a nice relaxing day at sea, and then we're into Le Havre. And of course, this is your gateway to Paris. So if you do want to go into Paris, then you can do. But Le Havre itself, lovely little small, quaint port. You can go out, have a little bit of lunch if you want. And then, of course, Le Havre, you're just across the channel back to Southampton. For those of you that have never been on a cruise before, that think the boats, as you call them, are too large, or will I feel the motion? When you're actually looking at a ship like this, you're looking at 133,000 tonnes. So when you go out on a fishing boat or you go on a ferry, yes, you feel it. You don't feel it as much when you're on a cruise ship. I tell you what, when you've got that incredible contemporary design, all of those wonderful bars, you forget all of your troubles.
Honestly, they are amazing. You know, the cruise ships today, they really are floating resorts, and you will get a balcony cabin tonight. So just to clarify, on Planet Cruise right now, you're going to get a free upgrade from ocean view to balcony. It's so nice to have your own private balcony, your own space there. We've got 2 dates, but the 7th of September now is very limited availability. So please, if you can, book tonight for that one as well. You are getting that overnight on board in Amsterdam, and as Justin said, if you'd prefer, not to be travelling down to Southampton on the day, we've got a really great relationship with the Meon Valley Marriott, where you can stay there from only £89 per person per night, including parking and your port transfers. Now, all the cruises, by the way, they've got their own ID number. This one is 97346, and it is a free phone number. We're open until 10:30 tonight, and it's 0808 250 2662. That's a really nice one to start the show off with, actually. Really nice.
Great way to start.
But, Justin, you really like the next one, don't you?
Yeah.
Iceland.
Yes. Yeah, you're only saying this because all the pronunciations.
Well, I must say, I am glad that Justin's going to pronounce it, all of the ports here. There's some,
Do you know what I love about this one, though, apart from the actual cruise line itself, is the fact that you're sending out of Liverpool. Because, of course, they've been developing their cruise port, and this is a great opportunity that, if you've never actually been to Liverpool, what a great place to start and finish your cruise.
I'll tell you, I've never been to Iceland. I mean, jokes, but I'd love to go, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about Cruise and Maritime, first of all, and here's our lovely Keith to tell you more.
Named after the famous Portuguese explorer, Cruise and Maritime Voyages flagship Magellan is reputed to be the friendliest ship afloat. Sailing with just 1,250 passengers, she offers a very real sense of intimacy and a warm, personalised service in a stylish, British, adult-only environment. There are 15 grades of accommodation to choose from, and all come with the real star of the ship, your own cabin steward. There's something for every budget, from comfortable inside cabins to luxurious suites, which feature generous balconies, walk-in wardrobes, and something everybody needs, your own jacuzzi bath. Cruise and maritime voyages really do encourage and welcome solo travellers. And on board Magellan, 150 cabins have been set aside for guests wishing to travel independently. The aptly named Jade Wellness Centre offers you a chance to de-stress and relax. There are hundreds of treatments to choose from, including shiatsu, caviar facials, and mineral mud wraps. There are 3 restaurants on board, and all the food is freshly prepared and served with a smile. The Waldorf and Kensington are wait to serve and offer scrumptious 5-course meals with tasty salads, hearty pastas, fresh seafood and traditional roasts on offer. Night times are awash with variety. You can relax in one of the bars and enjoy some light jazz, or maybe a classical recital, or head through to the theatre for some fabulous production shows, courtesy of the onboard theatre company. There are 6 different bars to experience with a staggering choice of beverages, brightly coloured cocktails, award-winning beers and ales, wines from around the world, and of course plenty of bubbly. My favourite though is here in Sinatra's, where in honour of old Blue Eyes himself, I always get the drink made my way. Cheers.
Now, apologies, you're thinking, oh, Keith's changed since the last time. That was actually Glenn. We'll see Keith a bit later. What a fabulous ship, though, don't you think? Absolutely, you know, stunning. And adults only, don't forget as well. So, pronunciation time.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, isn't it? Right.
Liverpool.
Oh, we start off easy, yes. Liverpool. Nice, though, as you say, you know, we get very few cruises.
And can I point out again, we've got a big fan base up north. This is literally just on your doorstep, so get into there. And again, for those of you that are perhaps in the south, you know, go and experience Liverpool. It's a fantastic night out. In fact, we've actually got a cruise that's going into Liverpool a little bit later.
Yes,
we'll talk about it. Anyway, relaxing day at sea, and then we're into the Shetland Islands to start off with. Now, there's actually there's hundreds of different islands, but there's only 16 of them that are actually inhabited. And Lerwick, where you're going to be docking, is the actual capital itself. This is some fantastic Scandinavian ruins, because a lot of these islands were actually occupied at different times. They believe it goes back to Neolithic times as well. You've got Scalloway Castle there as well, and there's some fantastic places if you like, perhaps looking back to military history. There was some commando operations during the Second World War here as well, so plenty for everybody to do. Then we're going to go across to the Faroe Islands. Now, Faroe quite literally means sheep islands, and we're going to go into Torshavn. Now, the actual harbour itself is fantastic. Look at the coastline, really windswept, and again, you cannot go wrong with going on a tour and just taking some great photos and just drinking in that wonderful vista.
I must, you know, I've always wanted to go there. It just looks very relaxing as well. Yeah?
We haven't got any photos of it, but a lot of the actual buildings have got grass-covered roofs.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. So, and they're, you know, really bright and colourful. But this is where now we're going across to Iceland, and do you know what? I've only been there a couple of times myself, but I would go back in a heartbeat, you know, especially for Reykjavik, which is coming up a little bit later. Anyway, we're into our first port, which is Seyðisfjörður, and
very good.
Seyðisfjörður. It's considered the cultural capital of Eastern Ireland, and this is where you've got your trolls, your elves and your ogres. You've got the fantastic waterfall there, the Hengifloss waterfall, where there's a 394-foot drop that plunges into this magnificent gorge, and often you'll see a rainbow across there. If you're lucky enough, of course, you may see the Northern Lights as well, but with the Northern Lights, I'm sure if anybody knows the Northern Lights out there that's watching, you can never guarantee it, but if you do see it, what a spectacle itself. Then we're on to our...
You can just see them, there you go. Yeah. Are they as amazing as I imagine?
The difficulty is I've only seen them once.
Oh, have you? Okay.
And it wasn't that great a night. I would go back purely for the opportunity to see what I saw. So if you get to see that in better, but we've still got more coming out. Reykjavik, the Blue Lagoon, amazing. Anyway, into our next port of call, which is Akureyri. So like Tipperary, Akureyri. And this is the gateway to the famous land of fire and ice. Just look at these waterfalls, these wonderful vistas of mountains up in the background, and majestic ice fields as well. You've also got botanical gardens here, so if you do like your flowers and your fauna, then you can go there. There's over 2,000 different species of flora from around the world, all surviving without a greenhouse. It's that perfect combination. Then we're going to go into a slightly smaller port, which is Ísafjörður. Isafjorda. And this is where I'd recommend just taking a stroll. You've got some old buildings there, and you can also do some gentle sports activities. So if you fancy a little bit of kayaking, then you can go out kayaking. It's not like full-on whitewater rafting, very calm fjords that you've got there. Then we're to Reykjavik, and this is the overnight on board. Now, for those of you that do like to go out and party, Reykjavik is a big dance music capital, so the nightclubs there, fantastic. But all I'd recommend doing is absolutely switching off and enjoying the Blue Lagoon. This is an amazing natural phenomenon that you've got there. This fantastic lagoon that you can actually sit in, the beautiful warm water. It's like being in a bath. And then it's cold outside, and you sat around with all the snow-capped mountains. It's really stunning.
I just feel amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the closest that I've got to that since was in Bath at the thermal spas in February, and believe me, it's a close call. Anyway, you have got that overnight there, so again, you do get to see it in the day and at night. Then you've got 2 days at sea. Now, a lot of people think, oh, we're going to Iceland, and then we're coming back. No. We're going to go across to Ireland. We're going to go across and finish off in Dublin. Now, this is where you've got to go to the Guinness Storehouse. There's over 1,000 pubs and bars in the small quarter, so you've got plenty to choose from. You've got to go to St James's Gate Brewery. You can go to Dublin Castle as well, and Trinity College as well. So make sure you have a pint of the black stuff.
And then back, of course, to Liverpool. Now, this is actually better than half price. So it's now down to 819. And this is one of the latest ships that Cruise and Maritime have acquired, isn't it? Which is adults only, don't forget, as well. But loads and loads of great facilities on board this beautiful vessel. And let's just remind you of some of the things that are included on tonight's show. So as we mentioned, better than half price, a single special as well, starting from just £1,279 per person, and that fabulous overnight on board as well. The ID number for this one is 117913, and I'd have thought a great date as well, 15th of June there. So great date.
And with that as well, don't forget, with this particular cruise as well, apart from that fantastic single supplement that you've got there, that single price, it's the simple fact that this is £84 per person per night. It's brilliant.
Now, from Cruise and Maritime to Norwegian Cruise Lines. And
I was just thinking,
what?
This next one is even better.
Even better?
Yeah.
I know why.
We'll let Keith and Glenn tell you in a minute.
Because you haven't just got Glenn on this one. Yes, you've got Keith as well, and here they are to tell you about this fantastic ship.
If your idea of a cruise is dim lighting, string quartets, tuxedos and ballroom dancing, then prepare to be challenged. Because this cruise line is so laid back, it's almost horizontal.
Welcome to the most fun and relaxed cruise experience you're ever likely to encounter, where the entertainment never stops and the excitement just keeps on building. Welcome to freestyle cruising. Welcome to Norwegian Cruise Line. There's more restaurants than days of the week, and you can enjoy food from all over the world and dine and dress as you please. From trendy French bistros to steakhouses and sushi bars, Norwegian Cruise Line offers tons of choice. If you're a vegan, vegetarian, high carb, low carb, or gluten free, it's all covered.
Remember, this is freestyle cruising, so wherever your mood and whatever the occasion, there'll be a bar that fits the bill. With sports bars and whiskey bars, martini bars and champagne bars, alfresco bars and wine bars, bars with music and bars with sport, even ice bars. One thing's for sure, you definitely won't go thirsty.
Imagine playing Nintendo Wii on a 2-story high screen, or challenging a friend on the all-new Aqua Racer. Visualise eating world-class cuisine while acrobats tumble down on silks around your table. Or simply enjoying a beer as comedians make you smile at dedicated comedy clubs. Picture yourself singing along as dueling pianos compete, or settling into your own seat for one of the Tony Award-winning shows. Whether you're a single cruiser, holidaying with all the family, or planning a group cruise, you'll find something perfect for you.
Norwegian Cruise Line offers one of the widest selections of accommodation in the industry. There are exclusive suites where you have your own private sun deck, along with brilliant interjoining family staterooms that are cleverly located near all the kids' facilities. And balcony staterooms where you wake up to a different view every morning. But it's in the studio staterooms where Norwegian are head and shoulders above the competition. A private complex dedicated to solo cruisers with, most importantly, no single supplement.
I've cruised with Norwegian Cruise Lines several times, but I've never been on the Norwegian Epic, and it looks
I just love the fact that you've got
Really
that
good,
concept that you've got, you know, a single travellers, no single supplement there as well, which is just brilliant. And the destination that you've got here, the package is fantastic.
Well, it actually starts with a flight from Gatwick over to Florida, and you'll actually get car hire included to be able to drive from the airport to a fabulous hotel for 7 nights as well. And you do need, you know, I've stayed in Florida and Orlando many times. You do need a car to get around, don't you?
Yeah, and especially when you're going to Walt Disney, of course. You've got
of course.
Universal Studios there, you've got Harry Potter and the Gators. You know, just go out to the Everglades as well. Yeah, go out on one of the airboats. Was it Gentle Ben that had it? It was Gentle Ben. Remember the big bear? And he had the airboat. Was that in the Florida Everglades? Yes. I'm showing my age now. But you've got 7 nights there, and you've got that car hire included as well.
And honestly, I mean, it is a fantastic place.
Do the parks, definitely.
Oh, you've got to. Yeah,
I'm just a bit disappointed they haven't got the Back to the Future ride anymore, but there we go. Again, show my age. Anyway, after a fantastic week to acclimatise and unwind, then you're going to be getting on your cruise ship. And, of course, a stunning cruise ship, as you saw there. First port of call that you've got is Tortola. Now, this is one of my favourite islands. When you get off in Tortola, I highly recommend hire a car. I know you've just hired a car. Just go out and have a drive, because driving up these steep mountains and then dropping down the other side, everybody turns right and goes to Cane Garden Bay. Don't. Turn left. Go to Long Beach, because it quite literally is a long beach. Nobody knows about it. It's quiet, and it looks like that. Well, actually, there's probably going to be Cane Garden Bay. Also, you can get a ferry across to Virgin Gorda. There's these massive boulders that it doesn't look possible. They're like pebbles, but like giant pebbles, and you can walk through them, and there's like these little rock pools. It's absolutely stunning. And you can actually hire boats here as well from the local harbour, little, you know, speedboats, and go out, and there's a few little islands that have got specific restaurants that you can literally moor up and go ashore. See, I'm telling you all the inside stuff. All the inside stuff.
I tell you, a lot of choice there. Then to St Thomas, and I have been to St Thomas a couple of times, actually beautiful.
Well, the beaches are fantastic, the sunsets are amazing, but I've got to say that it's got to be shopping, because your duty free is just, it's amazing here. You're great with all your jewellery, great with all your fashion brands as well, so if you want to stock up, then just take an empty suitcase, buy it over there. What did I say about sunsets? In fact, one of my best photographs of my cruise from my cruising days was definitely in St Thomas. There's this lovely sunset with the funnel of Adonia just as it just dipping down. Anyway, then after the Caribbean islands, you're going to the Bahamas, but this is an island that Norwegian Cruise Line have actually purchased. So this is their own, well, tranquil, beautiful, turquoise green haven. It's the Shangri-La. This is your beach day. This is where you literally just go, we've just had 2 weeks of the best time of our lives, and you're looking back at it. You have a barbecue on the beach as well. You can go snorkeling. You can perhaps do a little bit of water sports, and then you can come back home.
Honestly,
nice and
if you feel a bit stressed and worn out with life, get yourself to the Caribbean and you just chill, don't you?
I think they need to send me.
I think they do. And then we say we've had a fabulous time there, and then back, of course, to Orlando and your flight home. Now, you do get an awful lot in this one, actually, on board the Norwegian Epic. So just to clarify, fantastic ship, loads happening. Forgot to mention the biggie, a free all-inclusive drinks package.
On board, that is epic.
Oh, well done. But it can make a big difference. It just means you don't have to worry about spending when you're on your cruise. Return flights based, of course, on London Gatwick. Plus, you get all of your car hire when you're in Florida. Flights available for most UK airports. Again, just ask our call centre. And it works out, say, 7 nights in Orlando and a 7-day car hire, which is included in that. And then that fantastic cruise, of course, as well. Now, drinks-wise, your all-inclusive drinks package means that you'll get all of your spirits and your cocktails, wine by the glass, bottled or draft beers, and your fountain sodas and juice. Now, we've already had some sellouts on this one. Just to let you know, the first date has actually sold out on the 5th of November, but we have got further dates in November, December, right the way through to January and February of next year as well. And the ID number for that one is 97602. Do like that one.
I like it as well. Just because I love the States. I've never actually spent more than a couple of days there. So having that 7 days is just, it's like having a holiday and a cruise. It really is a great package.
Really good. Particularly if you and your partner can't sort of like decide you want a land holiday cruise, you've got the best of both worlds there. Anyway, we're going to move on to a fantastic ship, the Britannia with P&O. We were on board the Britannia about a couple of months ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's a lovely ship.
Wasn't she amazing?
Yeah, it really celebrates, again, the Britishness of P&O. And coming from a P&O heritage, of course I'm going to be slightly biased, but I've got to say, the actual product that they've offered now is bang on 2016. They've changed everything, the uniforms, the structure, the hotel. It really is something completely different. It's familiar, but you're like, wow.
Yeah, honestly, it really is first class. Anyway, we're going to take you on board. Not with us two, because you've seen enough of us tonight, haven't you?
No.
Eh? Well, anyway, you might have. So here's Keith to tell you more.
Inspired by P&O Cruises' illustrious past, but designed very much for their fabulous future, this is the biggest cruise ship ever designed for the UK cruise market. Welcome to P&O's beautiful Britannia. One thing you will definitely notice on board Britannia is that there's an abundance of excellent deck space and oodles of sun loungers to help you worship. In fact, there are 4 main pools to choose from, including the adult-only Serenity Pool, a perfect place to escape to for some downtime while the kids are being looked after elsewhere. There's 13 different bars on board, 4 of which are out on deck, which means you can enjoy the sunshine or the stars as you sip your favourite tipple. The stylish new blue cocktail bar is the perfect place for a dirty martini, or there's Brody's. I love that place, and that's where P&O Cruises have introduced the biggest selection of British beers at sea, with over 70 to choose from, representing 56 different UK counties. The food is headed up by P&O Cruises' iconic food heroes. You can enjoy the taste of India with the Master of Spice Atal Kutcher's fabulous Sindhu restaurant, or savour mouth-watering gala dinner options and menus created by the godfather of UK cooking, Mr. Marco Pierre White. If you really want to spoil yourself, you can also book Eric Lanlad's afternoon tea experience, or head to his Market Cafe. It's a French-style patisserie that features fine cheeses, antipasto, charcuterie, tapas and specialty breads. You can enjoy the live music, comedy, cabarets and game shows of the Live Lounge, or sit back for West End style shows in this fabulous new theatre, which features a stunning LED backdrop. Strictly fans also won't be disappointed with the elegant wooden-floored Crystal Room. It's dedicated to dance and the perfect location to rumba the night away. P&O Cruises have really pushed the boat out when it comes to the accommodation. There's a sumptuous range of boutique offerings to choose from, including well-thought-out single cabins to these incredible suites designed by Richmond International that come with your own butler. And all the accommodation on board includes flat-screen TVs, pamper packs from the White Company and bespoke artwork from British artists.
And we cannot emphasise enough just how beautiful the Britannia is. And it is a food heroes cruise, as Keith was mentioned there.
Well, when we were actually on board, we actually went up into the, the proper kitchen that you get a chance to, really hone your skills and develop new skills. And to have 2 great heroes like Eric Landlard and, of course, Charlie Turnbull, who when it comes to cheese, he knows his cheese.
So, yes, the food's going to be good on this one. But we are, of course, cruising from Southampton, so again, nice and easy. It's so great. Just you literally arrive, your luggage is taken from you, it's taken to your stateroom, and your holiday begins. Now, you've got a couple of days at sea, and I always think that's really nice because you get to check out the ship, you get to settle in, nice and nice and leisurely. But we are making our way over to Gibraltar, aren't we?
First ever port of call for me.
Was it?
First ever port of call, and I was thinking, here's me, first time at sea, going ashore, I'm going to get lost, is it all going to be strange? And then there's a red telephone box and a British bobby. If you've never been to Gibraltar before, it's a wonderful place. Go and see the monkeys up there, don't feed them, and I'm not joking, do not feed them. They will take anything from you. Of course, great for duty free here, so if you do want to go out and about. And another thing to do is have a look at some of the cave complexes as well from the Second World War, so fantastic. Then we're going to go to Cartagena. Now this fantastic Spanish port, this is where Hannibal's Spanish headquarters were. Look at the architecture that you've got. Of course, you've got some of the Roman amphitheatres as well, so plenty to see and do. You've got 175 miles worth of beaches. as well. So if beaches are your thing, then go and do that. I'll just probably have a little light lunch with a little bit of sangria. But that's just my little recommendation. Anyway, we're off to Palma, Mallorca. What a wonderful island. Now, this is where you can do as little or as much as you want. You've got great shopping. You've got the cathedral. There's a lovely little square. There's some great patisseries that you can go and see around there. See what I'm doing? Linking it in with patisseries.
Oh, yeah, very good.
There is the sort of smaller version of La Ramblas as well. So you've got the proper La Ramblas in Barcelona, and then you've got Palma's version. And you have got some great little harbours, especially if you go to the west coast. There's some great little harbours that you can go down. There's a Japanese food restaurant next to a harbour. There's these fantastic yachts. And you think you're in Monaco because there's just Ferraris and supercars everywhere, yachts and Japanese restaurants. It's great. Anyway, Barcelona, talking of which, Barcelona, wow, you've just got so much to do here. You can go to Sagrada Familia, the cathedral that's never been finished. You could also go to some of the beaches. Look at Sagrada Familia. That's one side. On the other side, it's quite modern. You've got La Ramblas as well. You can walk up. It's very much like the South Bank. It's got that real... You've got lots of street performers.
Yeah, I love the street theatre now.
Yeah, you've got the New Camp as well if you like football. Oh, look, there's the Hotel Arts just in the background. I think that's probably the view from the W. You've got the Gaudi buildings as well. And if you do like your Formula One, you might want to sort of venture out to Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia as well. So plenty to see and do that. Good for shopping, by the way. Good for shopping. Then you've got a relaxing day at sea, and then you're into a slightly smaller port. But I'm telling you now, it's got the essence of Spain. We're talking Cadiz. Cadiz. See what I did there? But no, it is stunning. You can wander around here. The streets are just fantastic. The architecture, you've got wonderful, wonderful buildings. You've got the Moorish Tower here. You've got to go and see the Moorish Tower. And of course, if you want to go on one of the sherry tours, how can you not go to Cadiz and not go to one of the sherry, or indeed, you know, perhaps try some of the other local delicacies as well. Then we're going into one of my favourite ports to call in this part of the world, Lisbon. Now, this is the actual sort of entry into Lisbon, and you'll go underneath the 25th of April bridge. And this, it looks like San Francisco, doesn't it? But it's named after one of the revolutions. On the side that we've taken the photograph from, you've got the Christ the Redeemer statue. Not the one from Brazil. There is a link. You can do the Googling. But what you've got to do here, you've got to go in and have a tram ride. You've got to have chicken and chips and a nice bottle of Mateus Rosé. And you've got to go down, walk down underneath the bridge. There's a lovely little marina harbour with some restaurants. You've got the Monument of Discoveries, which is where all of the explorers are from, and then you end up here at the Belém Tower and walk round there. It looks like a little chess piece, but it's absolutely stunning. Really, really, really nice. So Lisbon's fantastic. 2 nice relaxing days at sea. Oh, I tell you what, can I just squeeze in?
Yeah, go on. What?
Monument of Discoveries. You've got to see this Monument of Discoveries. Our director's itching to show us
there
this.
You go.
There you go. This is the Monument of Discoveries. You can see the bridge in the background, and you will think the captain's misjudged this. He's going to knock the funnel off, isn't he? No, he hasn't. He's done it many times before. That's why he's the captain.
I tell you, I know it's an obvious thing to say, but you do get to see and do so much on the cruise. You know, when you're only going on holiday maybe once or twice a year, you could stay in the same place for 12 nights, or you could go on a cruise and see all of that on board this beautiful ship. And so she's so new, she's so beautifully designed, and I do know you're going to have a fabulous time. I'll tell you what, I find it really hard to believe that actually for such a new ship, for 12 nights, the price starts at $779 with Pinot. That's really
great value.
Isn't that really good? Now, we said it is, of course, a Food Heroes cruise, and we've got a little interview with Eric Landlard right now, so here he is to tell you more.
Hello, I'm Eric Landlard. I'm a master patissier, and I'm one of P&O Cruises' Food Heroes. I started baking when I was 5 years old, so that's something I always wanted to do. Professionally, I started at 18 with a traditional apprenticeship back home in France, in Britannia, and that's where I learned my trade. Has it been exciting to work with the other Food Heroes? Of course. I mean, I knew most of them. I never met Marco professionally before or personally before, so I was a bit starstruck, because for me he's a legend. I always love his food. I ate in every single of his restaurants, but I knew the other guys, so it was nice to be able to work together. We do complement each other. We are very different, but you know, the main thing is we've all got the same passions. We love food, and we love quality, and that's why we work so well together with P&O Cruises. The inspiration behind the Market Cafe was trying to find a new casual aspect of dining, a concept of dining on board Britannia. But it was something completely different, and I believe it's the only patisserie at seas. I'd never seen that or heard from any other cruise ship. It was something, you know, affordable, but at the same time something completely different that it will make people feel slightly glamorous to sit down there. It's really a place to watch people and to be seen as well. And you can see it's really working. It's really working very well.
A great experience. We actually went into.
I know,
we actually went into the.
But that wasn't open. He's just been chatting about all of those wonderful pastries, and we didn't get to try one.
No, we didn't. No,
we're going to have to go back.
Anyway, we better move on. This is what's included tonight, and it's an amazing price. We said $779. It is a Food Hero sailing, so you will expect to see Eric Landlard and Charlie Turnbull. They are scheduled to be on board, so you should expect to see them. You can, of course, stay in the Meon Valley Marriott in Southampton. It works, you know, if you do live quite away from Southampton, it takes out a lot of stress of, you know, travelling down on the day. And we've got a very special relationship, so you only pay £89 per person. That includes all of your parking and your port transfers as well. So, again, you're saving a lot of money from doing that. And a great single special starting at just £1,269 tonight. And that includes £60 on board spend per stateroom as well. The ID number for this one is 97602. Really like that one, actually. Really like that one. But we're going to move on to our fifth cruise tonight, and it's on board the beautiful Celebrity Eclipse, which is multi-award winning. And so I've been very lucky. I've cruised with Celebrity 5 times. I've got 6 cruise booked. I've been very lucky, but got to say the Eclipse is one of my favourite ships. She's beautiful, isn't she? So anyway, let's show you and talk you through. So yes, this is what life is going to be like on board the 5-star modern luxury with Celebrity. First of all, you have of course got the lawn club there, real grass.
You have.
And it is amazing,
you have on this ship. Do you know, it's a real experience. The modern luxury that you get with Celebrity, and you can see why they've won so many awards. We used to get cruise ship envy because they always used to have sort of complimentary drinks just on the quayside for all of their passengers. But the indulgence, whether it's in the spa, look at the spa there. You've got this incredible feeling of it being very modern, very simple, but elegant. And indeed, we're talking about food heroes of P&O. They have got one of the best wine selections at sea. Look at that. That just looks like a night in for me. Just the one night.
We should mention as well that we have got a free upgrade today from Ocean View to Balcony. If you do go for that upgrade, you'll also get the free Classic Drinks package as well. Now, the shows, I know Celebrity are constantly bringing us new shows that are innovative, that are really exciting. I mean, some of the best shows I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Martini Bar there.
I was going to say the Martini Ice Bar. There's a Gastro Bar as well with a fantastic range of craft beers as well. So if you love to try something a little bit new, excuse me, then you can do. And of course, yes, the slush bar there. And just look at the pool facilities that you've got. It's just tranquility. Absolutely stunning.
And I love the real feeling of space that you get on board as well. You really do. You know, so I know that ship very well, and she's absolutely beautiful. And every aspect of the Celebrity experience, from the food service, the entertainment, is all perfect. Now, we are, again, cruising from Southampton on this one. And actually, we're making our way over to Guernsey. I love Guernsey.
Yeah, do you know what?
I could live there, couldn't you?
I haven't got enough money.
I was going to say, if I could afford it.
The thing is, we spoke about this earlier on. Everybody would love to go to Guernsey. Very few people would pick it out as a destination to go and spend a whole week. This is why cruising is so great, because you get to see these places. The next day it's somewhere else. Of course, there's a rich history here, fantastic silver shops as well. And if you do want to do perhaps some of the Second World War historical sort of tours, then that's going to be perfect there. Then we're off to Cherbourg. Now this, again, this is going to be perfect. If you do want to do some of the beach landings, then you can do. And then one thing that I would recommend is to go to see the Bayeux Tapestry as well. Then we're off to Bruges. You talked about this earlier on. Chocolates, canals. going to be absolutely perfect, and Belgian beer, and then an Amsterdam overnight. So again, in the daytime, you can perhaps go to some of the distilleries and some of the breweries like Heineken and Grolsch and Amstel. Other beers are available. The Van Gogh Museum, the Rembrandt's house, the flower markets, the Royal Palace. So much to do there. Then you're into Paris, and of course you can go into well, not into Paris, sorry. You're into Le Havre for Paris. So if you want to go and see some of the, perhaps have a little bit of a wander along the Champs-Elysees, then you can do the Eiffel Tower as well. Perhaps go to, what's the famous museum? The Louvre.
Oh, yes, and this day just coincides with the French Open tennis final as well. So if you did want to get tickets, we could actually arrange that for you as well, couldn't we?
There you go. Is Andy Murray going to be playing in the French? I'm a little bit lost when it comes to tennis.
Well, we can find out with Planet, can't we?
Exactly.
Yes.
There you go. If Andy's watching, I love you. Border Terriers, cool.
It's certainly at the top of his game at the moment, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yes, if you'd like tickets, you can arrange that to Planet as well. Now, relaxing day at sea, and then over to Glasgow.
Yeah. Isn't that cool? Completely different. It's like a curveball. You go into Glasgow, and if you love your city breaks, and you think about how much you'd spend in a weekend. If you booked a hotel in Glasgow for a Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, add in your drinks, add in your food, add in your taxis, how much is that just going to cost for one weekend? And you've got this fantastic cruise. Anyway, of course, Glasgow, you're going to be going to Greenock, so you've got about 45 minutes from the actual dock to Loch Lomond, if you want. You can go to Inverness Castle as well, so plenty to see and do there. But wait for it, Glasgow, you're going to go into Liverpool. And we said about the cruise earlier on that started and ended in Liverpool, but this is a day out. You've got the Albert Dock, you can go and see perhaps the Cavern, go down and do a Beatles story. You can get the Magical Mystery Tour bus, quite literally, that goes around. You go and see Paul's house, you go and see all of the places that that are very special. And of course, you can go to the cathedral as well. You've got the Wigwam there, for those of you that affectionately know it. I'll go to Walton Village. Walton Village in Liverpool's fantastic, for many different reasons.
I've not been in years.
Haven't you?
Yeah, I had a great time when I was last there. I was in my 20s there, a long time ago, as you can imagine.
Blundell Street, there's a fantastic restaurant and bar that has live music. Oh, it's absolutely amazing. Anyway, then we're going to go to Dublin. We spoke about Dublin earlier on. You can have a pint of Guinness. Then you're going to go to Cork as well. You can go to the Blarney Castle, turn upside down and give it a kiss. And then, of course, if you want to, you can go to the House of Waterford Crystal as well. So you can pick up some really authentic Irish artisan crystal. It's brilliant. Then a relaxing day at sea, back to Southampton. I love that itinerary. It's just so different from what we've done before.
And also, if you're somebody that doesn't like to be too far away from home, then it's an ideal one for you. Now, we've got some brilliant upgrades tonight. I will let you know they are about to finish. So, first we've got a free upgrade from Ocean View to Balcony, but that offer does end on Thursday of this week, the 14th of July. You'll get a free Classics Drinks package when booking an Ocean View above, so you will get that, of course, as well, and up to $500 onboard spend and free parking as well. So the bottom line is it is really worth going for that upgrade to an Ocean View and getting all of those extras, the balcony, the drinks package, the onboard spend, and the free parking, of course, as well. The drinks package is one that I know very well. I've had this 5 times. Don't laugh, but I do.
The whole package 5 times.
I'll tell you why, because I love my specialty coffees and things. So I always start off the day with a couple of those.
Yes.
Things like your bottled water, so I'll get a couple of bottles of that and take it off board, for things like your tours and things like that. So around the pool area, selected beers, spirits, great selection of wines, really good celebrity,
and the craft beers as well.
Yeah, yeah.
If you really do like your ales, you'll love that.
Some great ones included, and of course, things like all of your spirits, some really good ones as well. So all of that is included with the Classic Drinks package. Now, if you'd like to go for concierge class, again, ask our cruise consultants about that. You get things like your priority check-in. You get your welcome gift. And for the first time, I'm actually doing aqua class in January.
You're doing an aqua class?
Yeah, first time, yeah. Well, Keith has been on the show. He did that last year and said it was wonderful. And you do get your access to the Blue Speciality Restaurant, which is an amazing restaurant, and that is included. And all of your spa treatments there, of course.
Do you know what I like out of all of that? Apart from the shoe shine, pillow menu.
Oh, yes. Very good.
I do like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sleeping is so important, isn't it? A lot of times you don't sleep that well in the UK, but
the amount of people that take their pillows on holiday with them or take them away because and you get to choose the perfect pillow.
God. So all of that, and I should mention complimentary access to the Persian Gardens and a personal spa concierge, as I said, to arrange your spa treatments. Obviously, there will be a price for those, but they will all be arranged for you. The ID number one for that one is 107966. Anyway, we better move on because we've got a final cruise for you, and it is the most amazing river cruise. And what we were both so impressed with earlier is so much is included this one. So it's even things like your drinks is included, is that right?
Yeah, your drinks, and it's not just because this is completely different. We're talking a river cruise now. Usually with a lot of the river cruise lines, you get drinks with your meals, but this is drinks included with everything. It's where you're going. It's a cruise line that's very much new in the UK. We're one of the first agents to bring it to the UK.
And it's a new ship as well, isn't it?
Brand new ship that's only set sail this year in January. If you have done your ocean cruising, you've done the Caribbean, you've done the Mediterranean, if you want to go to the Far East, and when I say go in style, 68 passengers is the maximum capacity, and there's 50 crew.
Wow, that's almost one-to-one, isn't it? And all of your drinks have excursions included as well.
Excursions. You've got options of excursions that you can do something in the morning, something in the afternoon, or you can stay on board.
It's a really good one to finish the show. So anyway, it starts off with our flight over to Ho Chi Minh. Now, we should say you can actually stop off on the way, can't you, as well?
Yeah, and you've got a choice. There's around 6 different destinations, the main ones being Bangkok, Singapore, or Abu Dhabi.
And you actually will stay 2 nights.
2 nights. That is included. Please, I can't emphasise this enough. If you're thinking, wow, 2 nights, ask your cruise specialist when you book this deal for more information on where you can book. But Bangkok, Singapore, and Abu Dhabi, just 3 of the. Oh, sorry, Dubai, not Abu Dhabi. Dubai, 3 of the great destinations.
So you'll actually have 2 nights in a fantastic hotel, your choice, before you even get to Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah.
And then you're actually here for 1 night, aren't you?
Yeah,
in a
five
hotel.
star hotel. This is just a great way to start off what is going to be an epic journey. Now, when you actually board the Scenic Spirit, it's just going to be something that you're going to so enjoy. You know, it's a different experience that you've got here. Indeed, with this, of course, the first actual day when you board the ship, you can have a leisurely walk around all of the different highlights, whether that be the Notre Dame Cathedral, the Opera House, the Central Post Office as well. And just boarding that ship on the banks. This is not an industrial port. You're literally just stepping off of the boat, literally onto the quayside. Into our first day, of course, Vietnam. We're into Saibai and Sadek. Now, this is where you can choose how adventurous you want to be. You can either rise up early in the morning and have a sampan ride, if you want, one of the little boats that you saw there, and go to one of the floating markets. Now, this is just an experience like no other. You can stop at a local French colonial house as well along the Mekong. Then you actually get to choose to either return to the ship or continue in a smaller long-tail boat to some of the smaller tributaries and fruit farms as well. So, you know, you can do as little or as much as you want. Alternatively, you can just have a nice lie-in, stay on board the ship. You can have a nice morning tea. You can go to the French colonial house. And then later on, you can have, well, everybody just rejoins the ship, and there's a short cruise up the river to your second shore excursion, which is the historic town of Sadek. So again, another sampan journey. You get the lively markets there. You also get to see the house of I don't know whether you know the novelist Margarita Duras. She wrote a very famous novel called L'Amant, The Lover.
Ah, yes, The Lover.
Yeah, this is where the character actually comes from, based on a real person. Anyway, then we're going to go to Tan Shu. Now, this is where you get an overnight, so you actually get to stay in the destination. You get to visit this real evergreen island and the local temple as well. Now, you've got two options here. You can either cruise by speedboat. I think that's a little bit of a juxtaposition, cruise by speedboat. And you can go to a local fish farm, which is actually family operated, or walk through Cham village to take a silo ride around Chao Dok. Or you can go to a bird sanctuary as well in one of the local villages. Now, in the evening when you return to the ship, this is actually a gala ball, so be prepared for an enchanting evening of local musicians and dancing as well.
I've got to say, from my own experience of Vietnam, beautiful people, great country. Yeah, really special, actually, really special.
Yeah, considering the past, and again, there's lots of the stuff that you can actually see, and again, it's important to know where they've come from to see where they are now. We're off to Cambodia, and this is where you're overnight as well, and it's great that you get the afternoon to just gently sail towards Phnom Penh. You get to enjoy a cocktail, perhaps around the pool on board the ship, or go onto your private balcony. It's just great that you see the scenery just pass you by, and you know the sunsets in this part of the world is just something completely different as well. On to the next day, and this is where you actually get a chance to go to what they call the killing fields, and actually tour this part of the world and go to a former school that was converted from the main prison of the Khmer Rouge. So again, you get to see the actual past. Either that, or you could go on a guided tour of the local food market as well, and actually have a go with a cooking demonstration. So again, for those that you want to immerse yourself in history, or if you just want to go for the cuisine, then you can do.
And all that's included?
All of this is included. Again, you know, you've got another choice after lunch to go to a local restaurant, and this is where they actually teach the street children hospitality skills. So again, it's great to see how they're improving themselves. Again, here you can go to the Hotel Le Royal and indulge in high tea if you want, or an exclusive private shadow puppet show, which is very famous for this part of the region. Then we're on to Kampong Tralak, or Udon, again, staying in Cambodia. Now, with this, you receive a blessing in a pagoda from a monk and learn how to pray in a Buddhist pagoda, and then you get a chance to donate food, which contributes to the daily meal of the residents of the actual monks there as well. Then there's a short distance just to drive to the Wat Kapon Tralak as well. So again, all of this is included. You get to go back on board. You have your lunch on board. The drinks are included. Day 9, you know, there's so much here. I mean, you can see the destinations just totting up there. This is where you get a chance to just walk to the top of this wonderful monastery and, again, get to soak up some of the best elevated views in this part of the region. This is an 11th century temple with a modern pagoda built here. Again, you return to the ship, you enjoy a champagne farewell reception and dinner as well. Then, on the final day, you get to cruise the Mekong River again and go into Siem Reap. See, I pronounced all those fantastic places in Iceland, and then I got to the end. Yeah, and again, this is where you get a chance. You can relax. You go to the local dining room restaurant, choose from some of the Italian specialities on board, or go to the Khmer and local restaurants as well. So, with this, it doesn't do it any justice. We've just gone through and rattled through loads of different tours, loads of different options. The fact that drinks are included, the fact there's only 68 passengers maximum on board.
And we should say, at the end of the river cruise, you also get transferred from the port and you get an extra night, don't you, in a 5-star hotel?
Yes.
Yes,
indeed, so that it doesn't end. See what I meant about the sunsets there? And look at the ship as well. Remember, this has only just been released in January of this year. She's a brand new ship. You can see there, contemporary, luxury. It doesn't look like your river cruise. I was going to say she changes our perception of river cruises, doesn't she? And this is why river cruising is so epic.
And we should say that every single room, although we're looking at the suite there, every single room on this one has a balcony, doesn't it?
Yeah, and what we'd say balcony, literally floor to ceiling. Wow. So you get to see the scenery just pass you by.
Honestly, one of the best river cruises I think we've seen on the show. So let's just recap. There's an awful lot to this one. So on your flight, you can stop over in a choice of 6 locations, including Bangkok, Singapore and Dubai as well. You actually be there for 2 nights, so that just breaks up your flight and gets you to see so much more as well. Return flights, they are based on either London Heathrow, Manchester, Birmingham, Newcastle or Glasgow, so again a good choice of those. It's a brand new 5-star all-suite ship, so all the actual rooms are suites and they all come with balconies as well. It doesn't really get finer than this. And you also get those extra nights in those 5-star hotels as well, including Ho Chi Minh there as well. And let's just remind you of what Scenic River Cruise is included, just a little sample. So it is a brand new 5-star all-suite ship, as I just mentioned. Only 68 passengers, so I mean, you're going to be so well looked after. And, you know, you will get to make new friends and, you know, it'll be a lovely, intimate environment. You've got the largest suites there on the Mekong. You've got unlimited complimentary drinks. They are unlimited. You've even got your own minibar, again, complimentary as well. Excursions are included at every
choice
port.
Of excursions as well. So you get choice to do what you want. Do you know, I think it's really important.
Wi-Fi as well.
Yeah, well, in fact, how much is the Wi-Fi? You said you spent, was it $150 you spent on Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
So all of that comes included.
And even your tipping, and you get this extra hotel stays there as well, and your 2-night inbound stopover worth £790 there. Prices, now these are selling very quickly. We've already sold out of the deluxe suites in August of next year, and we have got those available in later August, 27th and September. But bearing in mind there are only 68 passengers on board, please don't leave it too long.
And again, I'm going to point something out very obvious. On that particular cruise, that is something that is, you know, is a little bit more expensive. But when are you going to go to that part of the world and do it in such style? 5-star luxury, 2 5-star hotel stays, complimentary overnight stays in a choice of locations, and all of that on board. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. What a way to finish.
Amazing, I think you'll agree. The ID number for that one is, of course, 122816. Right, quick recap.
Yeah.
That was lovely, wasn't it, though? Now, we started off with, of course, our first cruise. Brilliant deal. One of the rare opportunities to cruise with MSC out of Southampton, of course, as well. Now, you are getting an upgrade from Ocean View to a balcony. You are getting free port parking as well. We've got very limited ability on the 7th of September. So if you do want the 7th of September date, please book tonight if you can. We then moved on to Cruise and Maritime, of course, and this is that wonderful 12-night at Iceland cruise from, of course, Liverpool. Very rare for us to get Liverpool as our port there. And it is an adult-only cruise, better than half price tonight, and we've got a single special from 1279. We moved on to Norwegian Cruise Lines on board a ship that I've always wanted to be on, the Norwegian Epic. Now, first of all, you will get that week in Florida. You'll have all of your car hire included there as well, and a fabulous hotel for 7 nights. You've got an all-inclusive drinks package on the cruise itself. Return flights are based on London Gatwick, but we do have flights available from most UK airports. So don't forget, it's kind of the best of both. You've got 7 nights in Orlando in Florida, and your 7-day car hire included as well. And then that wonderful cruise around the Caribbean. We then moved on to P&O on board the beautiful Britannia, one of the most breathtaking ships I've ever been on board, actually. And it, of course, their Food Hero sailing. 12 nights, Western Med cruise there. And don't forget, we've got a single special starting at 1269. I think for 12 nights on board a new ship, 779 is a brilliant price for that one. Then we moved on to Celebrity on board one of my favourite ships, multi-award winning, of course, the Celebrity Eclipse. It's a great 14-night British Isles cruise, and a chance, of course, to see the French Open tennis. So we could book you those tickets tonight as well. Price is starting at 154. I would go for the upgrade to balcony, though. That is coming to close in 2 days' time, and then you get all the extras, the classic drinks package, the up to $500 on board spend, and the free parking as well. And then finally, we just saw the outstanding Scenic River Cruise as well, which I thought looked really, really good.
Yeah.
Justin, we are out of time. What a show.
Look, if you don't book up tonight, make sure first thing in the morning, all of the guys and girls will be ready first thing in the morning, all of them from Planet Cruise, to book your dream holiday.
I don't know which one to choose out of those. I don't know.
All of them.
Yeah. We still need to take that year off. Can I say thank you as ever to everyone that's joined us this Tuesday evening, Planet Cruise. Always love being with you. We're back in a week's time. Justin, take care of yourself.
See you in a week.
See you in 7 days.